What's going on, everybody? Today in this video I'm going to be showing you how to install an electronic fan controller, sort of like this guy. I don't know, this brand is, let me see, Schurz, I don't know. But it's just like Hayden makes one, Derail, Mishimoto. There's a lot of different companies that make them, and they're all basically the same installation. So I'll kind of show you first what the wiring is and then show you how to hook it up. Quick little tip for zip ties: after you cut them, if you just hit the end of it with a lighter, it'll kind of melt the edges and not have the round points that really like to cut you while you're working in tight spots, and it just makes everything look just a little bit neater, I guess. So definitely recommend doing that. So essentially, the green wire right here I have zip tied off because that is for either air conditioning for the fans to kick on, or if you have it hooked up to a switch for whatever reason. Then these two, you'll be able to, the colors may not be exactly the same on the one you have, but the orange and blue go to the positive lead on the fans. Sometimes there's only one of these and you'll have to split it into two if you have two fans. And then pretty obviously black is the ground. The big red one goes to a constant battery supply, which I will be using this little terminal point for that. And then the yellow one goes to a switched ignition source, so when the key's on, the fans can turn on. And then this one right here, it goes to a temperature probe, which literally just gets shoved inside the radiator fins and it gets a temperature reading like that. There are ones that instead of this they have a threaded in, no picture of it, but they have one that threads into a coolant jacket, so you can put it in one of those little adapters or directly inside any coolant port that's threaded. But I just use the little probe one because they work fine. So for mounting it, I just threw it right up there with a self-tapper in it. You want it to be accessible because, I don't know if you can see, it's really dark, but there's an adjustment screw on there to adjust the temperature that the fan kicks on. So it needs to be accessible, but you also don't want it to be out in the open, ugly looking. So that's a nice little spot that I usually do for 240s, the S chassis, but you can pick a good spot. So I wrapped the wire in the like nylon woven wire loom that I have. I just like it because it looks a lot cleaner than the split plastic stuff, and it doesn't hold water, and it's UV protective and all kinds of cool stuff. So did that, a little bit of heat shrink in the middle to hold them together and on the ends. And now I'm gonna cut these guys. The ground's going right there, both this ground and the fan ground, and then the orange wire is getting connected to the blue one on the fan. And then this one's for the second fan, which is not there. And then this one is just going to be in the radiator right about there. I prefer it to be really close to the upper water jacket or the upper water inlet just to get the best reading. So I took my multimeter and used it to figure out this wire right here has switch 12 volt. So it's 0 volts when the key is off and then 12 volts when the key is on, and it stays on the whole time. And then I hooked my yellow wire up to that and then ran the red wire over to the little power distribution block thing that I got, which is connected to the starter, which then goes to the rear battery. So now the way to test it, even though the engine's not currently running, the way to test it would be start the car, let it warm up, and then when it gets to a certain temperature, the fan will kick on. If the fan doesn't kick on, you can adjust the screw on there, and if it still doesn't turn on, then there's probably an issue with the wiring. First start with checking the ground, make sure that's nice and solid, and then just go through all your wiring again and make sure it's all good. But I hope that helped. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and I love you, and you're the best, all of you. You.